No, 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 these specs are all wrong. I already told you how I wanted this town to look, how I wanted it named, and everything. How did you not get that from the first meeting? We're just gonna have to go over it all over again, aren't we? Amateurs. All of them. Hey, what's up guys, it's Steph, and today we are here with a book tag from one of my friends on BookTube, who I will tag in the icon and description down below. Woohoo! This is the Creative Town book tag created by Marina Ray. Or Read with Marina Ray. Or is it Read? Yes, Read with Marina Ray! I always can either remember the names, or I can't remember the channel. Or I can remember the channel, but I can't remember the names. It's fantastic. How did I ever get a town built with a brain like this? I was not tagged in this tag, but I thought I'd have a bit of fun with it. And since some people can't get the specs just by spelling it out for them, I've got to go through it verbally with them again to make sure we get this town built up. Pretend there's a paper on there. Now, obviously, if we're going to have a town, we have to have a name for that town. And the way that we create that name is by question number 1, or prompt number 1, which is to choose 5 words from 5 different books on your shelves. So, what I've got for you, and the name of my town, The Hidden Lightning Shadow Forest. So I took the from Phantom of the Opera, the Hidden from The Hidden Oracle, the Lightning from Struck by Lightning, the Shadow from Revenge of the Shadow Kings, and the Forest from The Darkest Part of the Forest. So that is my town name. The Hidden Lightning Shadow Forest. Because in this town, part of it is powered by lightning, and we just live in the shadow of it, so we're harder to find. You don't want to get caught, you know. Number 2 is to create a family using book characters. And I figured I'd just kind of go off the family I have, so I have 3 books, and I'm going to be pulling 4 characters out of them, but 2 come from 1, so just to divvy it up. First, we're going to take Craig's parents from His Kind of Funny Story, because they are just so supportive of him getting better. They are really trying their hardest, and I really appreciate them. And so I'm going to say them, because they're really good bookish parents. For my brother, I'm going to take Simon from Simon vs. Homo Sapiens Agenda, because, come on, who doesn't want Simon as a brother? I mean, it's pretty cool. He's a rad dude. I mean, we can eat Oreos together and watch Netflix. I wanted Netflix watching, but that's what he's here for. And for sister, I'm taking Eliza from Alex and Eliza. My girl, she is a strong, independent woman, and I think she would be a fun sister. She already has 2 other sisters that were really prominent in the book, plus a bunch of other siblings. So, to tack me on, pretty please. After dealing with all those personalities, I think she'd be okay to deal with me. Hopefully. Number 3 is to choose a bookish universe to take place as your town setting. And guess what? There's gonna be magic, baby! My pencil. We are going with the fantastic world of Harry Potter, the wizarding world, which means there's going to be muggles, there's going to be witches, there's going to be wizards, there's going to be fantastical creatures. It's going to be a whole mixture of really cool stuff. My town is going to have that magical element to it because we're in this universe, and it's going to be so fun. Next up is to pick a town mayor, and for that I'm going with the princess from Reign of the Fallen, whose name I can't remember, but she is a fantastic inventor. She is somewhere in line to get the throne. And just because of her inventions and her open-mindedness, because she lives in a world where there are different kinds of magic. So she's very open to knowing that, yeah, there are witches and wizards. So, because we're in the Harry Potter universe, she knows things. So, she's gonna be very open to it and probably ask them, for insight, or maybe even bring them in on certain stuff for people who may not know about, but be too in tune about the magical element of where they live. I think she'd be a good mayor. Next up is to pick a town sheriff, and for that I'm going with Flint from Forgotten, the first book in the Lost Children trilogy. Now, Flint has this ability. He has some great strength, and he's very fast. So he'd be able to catch a perp, and he'd be able to restrain them without too much assistance. So I think he'd be a great sheriff to really keep crime cracked down on, you know what I mean? Yeah. Next up is to pick a high school principal, and for that I'm going with Riley from Symptoms of Being Human. Because Riley is very open-minded. Riley has the experience. I think Riley would be very good. Riley's done a lot of, well, not really a lot by the time we end the book, but Riley has done speeches in front of large crowds, and Riley is really open to the community through online forums. So I feel like as a school principal, Riley would be able to connect with these kids and really help them through their problems. So I vote Riley for principal. Do we vote for principal? we're voting now. Next is to choose someone to run the local bar, and I think Rufus from They Both Die at the End would have a lot of fun running the local bar. Next, we need to pick a town doctor, and for that, I'm going with the script from Be More Chill. I mean, he's a super quantum unit intel unit processor, so he's a computer. He can figure out medical stuff. I think he can do it. Hopefully, he's not like WebMD. Oh God, this was a bad decision. Abort! Abort! For number 9, we need to choose a town rebel, and for that, I'm going with Cash Carter from Stranger Than Fanfiction, because he doesn't really play by the rules. He'd be keeping the town interesting. Next, we need to pick a town villain, and for that, I'm going with, his name totally blanked on me as I was about to say it. The doctor who was Megan's original boss in the Mekanza series. Mekanza. I can't think of his name. Oh no! But Dr. Megan Forrester, previous boss from the first book, pretty much onwards, he's constantly referred to. He was a pretty messed up guy, though he had his reasons. It was still really dark and messed up. So I think he would serve well as a town villain. Though he doesn't have superpowers or magic, so we don't have to worry about that. But he's just generally not a very good person. So. Next, we need to pick a town rising star, and for that, I'm going with Eliza from Eliza and Her Monsters. Her webcomic will inspire people. Her webcomic will bring people up. Maybe she'll hit up some of the witches and wizards and get them to animate some stuff in, like, real life, or animate some of her, like, still drawings. Like, can you imagine that'd be so cool to have, like, Eliza going out, and then, she's showing off her works, and then someone, like, posts a little magic, and they start moving? She's a rising star. She's going to be commissioned by all these witches and wizards to draw certain things, to create certain things, and then they'll enchant it, and it'll be what they want, and it'll be so cool. Eliza, rising to stardom. Number 12 is to choose 2 bookish landmarks to be represented in your town. And first of all, we're going with the Flower Bridge from Coco, because we live in a world of magic, so we're going to get the Petal Bridge to come in. Because you're also in the forest, and there's petals everywhere, so you conjure them up a certain way, and you create that bridge, and it's absolutely beautiful, and you end up in our magical little town. I love it. And we're also going to say the Apple Orchard from Dear Evan Hansen, and it counts because the book comes out next month. And there you go, that is the book tag. Oh boy, this was really fun. I really enjoyed this. And I'd bring up my clipboard, but I set all my books on it. But did the interns get any of that? They didn't? You want me to do it again? Isn't this good enough? I don't want to pitch it to management again. My town is on a rocky start, but hopefully yours won't be. And with that, I'm going to start tagging. Wah, wah, wah. I am going to tag Cats in Camera, Lewis City. Who else should I tag? If you want to do this tag, you're more than welcome to. I'm just trying to think of the people I want to officially tag because I really want to see what they'll come up with. Because I think it'll be really interesting. Gotta think. Caitlin Killjoy, Blonde with a Book, and Flynn's Banter. I hope you all have fun with this tag. It's going to be very fun, I hope. I had fun with it. My shelves are a mess, but aren't they always when you're on BookTube? That's half the fun. Anyway, that's all I've got for you guys today. I hope you have a lovely day / night. And someone tell that intern to write things down already. I'm tired of explaining this concept.